10. Oh my goodness. Points. The music is hopeful.
It was more than 3 years since Lewis Nixon and I decided to join the paratroops. I certainly didn't expect to find myself at a place like this.
Yeah, I heard reports about a red-headed Eskimo.
Ran into the regimental photographer.
Aww.
What do you think you'll do after this?
Well, it's funny you should mention it, because I had a meeting with Colonel Sink. Yeah, discussed the possibility of staying. Yeah, as a career.
Wow. I thought we were gonna have a quiet life.
Said I'd think about it.
What do you think about New Jersey?
New Jersey.
Nixon nitration works?
That sounds picturesque.
Yeah, if I know the owners. I thought maybe I'd drag you with me.
Are you offering me a job?
We'll see how you do in your interview, but,
Yeah, I'll think about it.
Yeah, and Jersey is not too far from PA, so... Okay.
Job offers. Hard to fathom.
Right, after the last few
The war
years.
wasn't even over. We'd entered Bavaria in early May. It was the Nazi Party's symbolic home. And all the heads of the Third Reich had houses there. The SS to make it their last stand from which to mount a guerrilla resistance against the Allied advance.
Jeez.
well, if you're the SS, you're not going to let us waltz into Hitler's house.
If you're looking for someone to find another way up that mountain, Easy Company is ready and willing.
Duly noted. I already recommended you to Colonel Sink.
He's ready.
To the Eagle's Nest.
You fire up 2nd Battalion and outflank that French son of a bitch.
Oh.
Yes.
Fury.
That's because this is the one town you can't deny being a true Nazi. Well, you have to be to live here.
Oh. I got scared. Wow.
Kitty would love this. You know, whoever comes in here after us is gonna take whatever isn't nailed down.
Wouldn't want that to happen.
He's like, oh yeah.
Don't even think about it.
This is so different. Like, the energy.
The Eagle's Nest was a surprise birthday present for Hitler. 8,000 feet up, accessible by a gold-plated elevator.
Excessive much?
And the man was afraid of heights.
Wow. Yo, don't, you can't be doing that. Oh my gosh, I'd have been ready. Wow. Well, we have pictures there. Let's find them. Wow, the view though.
Love your Eagle's Nest.
Ready for it? Listen up. German army surrendered.
It's done. Ish. We still have
I got a present for you. Come on.
Whoa. His eyes will not.
10,000 bottles of the world's finest liquor. Take what you want and have each company take a truckload. Happy VE Day.
Yeah, victory in Europe.
Instead of an aggressive combat unit, we became an occupation force.
Like, it just never felt like it was gonna end in the first few episodes. Like, it was just so relentless. It just looks so nice now and not like dreadful and ominous. Got groupies.
I wonder what will happen to us, to people like you and me.
He's going back to Jersey.
Have all your men collect the weapons?
Please accept this as my formal surrender, Major. It is better than to lay it on the desk of a clerk.
Wow.
You may keep your sidearm, Colonel.
Oh.
Heroic dead of a combined army and marine force.
Wow.
Mark the grim battle.
That's the next Pacific.
Yanks progress slowly, facing one of the fiercest artillery barrages of the war.
After like this high we had, it's like, oh, it's still going on.
Some of them will have enough points to go home instead.
Oh, points. That's...
I don't know how long we're waiting here for orders. That means daily close order drills. That means troop reviews, but above all, it means physical training.
All right, we're back.
They're gonna love you.
Back into it.
Seems they want me to stay around a while. How many points you need? 15. Jesus Christ, I thought I had it bad.
In the Pacific, we don't follow these same people.
On this, the anniversary of D-Day, he has authorized a lottery to send one man home in each company.
Oh.
Crazy company. Sergeant Darrell C.
Powers!
We were just saying, yeah.
The 101st Airborne Division will definitely be redeployed to the Pacific. At 0600
Back to it.
we will begin training to go to war.
I just wanted to say goodbye. It's been a long time. I just don't rightly know how I'm going to explain all this. You see, I seen.
You're a hell of a fine soldier, Shifty. There's nothing more to explain.
Thank you, sir.
But how do you cope with it, you know?
2 days later, Shifty Powers was on a truck headed for the rear in a boat home. Fortunately, the truck was hit head-on by a drunken corporal.
You're
from
kidding
another
me.
regiment. He survived, but had to spend the next few months in a series of hospitals. I wish I could say that he was our only casualty in Austria.
How am I supposed to tell her I had the chance to come home to her, finally? So I didn't have to, so I could go jump on Tokyo.
All right.
The reality is you're gonna sit here in Austria for 6 months waiting to go.
Guts and Glory here applied for a transfer.
Heading out for the Pacific right away.
Are you in on this too?
I can't let him go by himself. He doesn't know where it is.
You're leaving the men?
They don't need me anymore.
Wow.
Wounded in Normandy.
Yes, sir.
So you were given command of the company on D-Day.
He's been through a lot.
It bumped you to Battalion XO.
Why am I nervous? Yeah. That would haunt me too.
I fired my last shots there.
You got through Bastogne without having to fire your weapon. Can't imagine a tougher test for a leader.
This is the episode, man.
Why do you want to transfer?
War was still on in the Pacific, and I could do some good over there.
If you think you need more combat experience to get stars on your helmet, you've done enough.
Thank you, sir.
Oh man, that hit me.
Major, I took this meeting out of respect for your achievements and for the 101st. If they do go to the Pacific eventually, you should be running one of the battalions. Frankly, I think your men have earned the right to keep you around.
Yes, sir. So I would stay in Austria for the time being and trying to watch over soldiers who had no enemy to fight.
Fucking hate this.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So this is where the guy lives, right here.
Which camp?
Whatever camp.
Wait, what? I thought we were just watching sheep. What are we doing?
Is this personal to you?
No, it's a goddamn order. Doesn't matter here.
Oh, the fuck it doesn't. What if he's innocent?
You know what? What if he's a fucking Nazi commandant?
You don't have any proof.
Were you at Landsberg?
Was machen Sie?
Ruhe.
Nein, nein. Hier reinkommen. Sie können nicht hier reinkommen. Nein. Nein.
I thought 10 was supposed to be easier. Oh my gosh. I was not prepared to cry this episode.
Shoot him! Officers don't run.
The war's over. Anybody would run.
Everyone just wanted to go home.
I think I was in every country, but France was the best.
It's the end of my second war.
Jesus.
Pascal, bitte.
My relief. Don't salute the Germans.
75 points. How about you?
81. Eh?
4 points. Oh.
Oh, Jesus.
They said he wasn't the only casualty.
He was dead when they brought him in.
This episode's depressing.
But somehow men were still dying.
That's why I'm
Young
like...
men wanted to be home with their families, but they did have plenty of for weapons, alcohol, and too much time on their hands.
Oh, gonorrhea himself. Just landed in Normandy. Whose side are you on? What a fucking character. Wait here. You okay, Matt? You need some help?
They wouldn't give me any gas. I think he was a major.
Why don't you give me a weapon? Hold on a second now, right?
No. Please tell me he's okay.
What? He's not gonna make it. I don't think there's any
So done with this series.
Gonna go find a brain surgeon.
I'm so sad.
2 men watching every road.
Open up. Get in the Jeep.
If you're going to shoot me, shoot me. What happened to him?
He was shot in the head.
Come on. If you want him to live, you'll help me. Let me drive.
I'm just so torn up now.
I'm not just taking
What's going on?
Wanna play a different game? Gonna go in there and join in? I should go in there and stop this.
Where is he?
That's him. Replacement. Our company.
When you talk to an officer, you say, sir.
I don't want to watch this.
Have the MPs take care of this piece of shit.
Colonel Simon says he's gonna make it.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. If you can't tell, I really like that guy. I don't know his name, but like, he reminded me of the other guy from Saving Private Ryan that I really liked.
I'd like to resign as company first sergeant. I miss being back amongst the men.
Well, I guess you've earned your right to demote yourself. All right, then report to Lieutenant Peacock.
Oh, sir, you make your decision yet?
If he's going or staying, what decision?
I know Easy Company's gonna need a commanding officer post-wars. It better be somebody who knows what they're doing.
So you decided to stay in the Army?
Yes, I'm gonna stay with the men.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. So some of us would stay by choice, but others were stuck here unless we could find excuses to send them away. You'll be like a technical advisor and make sure they get everything right.
Paris is just fine.
I don't think we'll see you back here anytime soon.
I won't let you down, sir.
This episode is very bittersweet.
Yes. The Army, when they give a man a battlefield commission, they usually don't let him stay with the same company. I thought battalion headquarters might be a good place. There was a German general who was a little PO'd about having to surrender to Private Babe Heffron from South Philly. I thought Second Lieutenant Carwood Lipton from West Virginia soothed his ruffled feathers.
Is this the type of job I can expect from now on?
Yeah.
With your permission, I would like to address my men briefly.
Captain Sobel?
Heard your orders?
Captain Sobel, we salute the rank, not the man.
Oh my God! That's all we get from.
You got?
Man, it's been a long war. It's been a tough war.
Für euer Vaterland gekämpft.
We fought bravely. You are a special group.
Zusammenhalt gefunden hat.
Found in one another a bond that exists only in combat. Among brothers who've shared foxholes.
Dich gestützt haben.
Held each other in dire moments.
Die den Tod.
We've seen death and suffered together. I'm proud to have served with each and every one of you. You deserve long and happy lives in peace.
What the hell happened to them?
New Jersey, huh? You awake yet?
Time to go to bed.
Whoa.
But Compton came back to see the company to let us know that he was all right. He became a prosecutor in Los Angeles. David Webster became a writer for the Saturday Evening Post.
Oh, babyface, you made
Johnny
it!
Martin would return to his job at the railroad and start his own construction company. George Luz became a handyman in Providence, Rhode Island. 1,600 people attended his funeral. Doc Rowe died in Louisiana, been a construction contractor.
Oh.
Frank Riccati returned to Chicago,
Did
worked the
medicine.
postal route as a mailman. Joe Liebgott returned to San Francisco and drove his cab.
Like he said he would.
Bull Ranneman was one of the best soldiers I ever had. He went into the earth-moving business in Arkansas. Alton Moore returned to Wyoming with a unique souvenir, Hitler's personal photo albums.
Oh.
He was killed in a car accident in 1958. Floyd Talbert, we all lost touch with in civilian life, showed up at a reunion just before his death in 1981. But Lipton became a glass-making executive.
Oh, wow.
He has a nice life in North Carolina. Harry Welsh. He married Kitty Grogan, became an administrator for the Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania school system.
Oh, wow.
Ronald Spears stayed in the Army. He retired a lieutenant colonel.
Wow.
For Easy Company, it was D-Day plus 434.
Got some news. President Truman received the unconditional surrender from the Japanese. War's over.
Each man in the 101st Airborne would be going home. Each of us would be forever connected by our shared experience.
Ooh-wee.
Lewis Nixon had some tough times after the war.
Yeah, I can imagine.
He married a woman named Grace, and everything came together for him.
Aww.
I took up his job offer and was a personnel manager of the Nixon Nitration Works. I chose not to go to Korea. I'd had enough of war.
Yeah.
Finally finding a little farm, a little peaceful corner of the world. There is not a day that goes by that I do not think of the men I served with. Never got to enjoy the world without war.
It's a very unusual happening, and it's a very unusual bonding.
And so we were a close-knit group.
Brave is unbelievable, and I don't know anybody that I admire more than Bill Garnier and Joe Toy. They were very, very special.
And I'm proud to be a part of it. Real heroes are the fellas that are still buried over there and those that come home.
And after the war was over and you came back out, well, you lost a lot of that.
He's hoping to stay alive, that's all. Yeah. He said, from this day to the ending of the world, we in it shall be remembered. We lucky few, we band of brothers.
I cherish the memories. Grandpa, were you a hero in the war? Grandpa said no, but I served in a company of heroes.
Dang, I'm trying to hold it together. Oh my gosh. This episode, oh my gosh, we finished off Band of Brothers, and I was expecting to like end the series on a happy note and, you know, not cry at all. Cause like, you know, when I was warned about episode 9, I was told 10 would be a breeze compared to 9 and whatnot. But this was like, this also went through a lot of different emotions. The feeling of initially, you know, when the war was over in Germany, at least, that high you feel, and the aftermath of like people trying to cope while, you know, the war is still going on, but you're not doing anything, and you're still in the place where the people that, you know, you fought for the last few years, all the trauma that you had, you're there, and you can't, like, you're having that internal battle and taking it out on your own people, on the German, like, you know, on it. That was so tough for me to watch. And then when the war ends and then like things are really done, and you just get to see and hear from like the actual people, and this feeling that I have right now is like kind of the same feeling I had in Shawshank Redemption when it ended. I think like it's just such a mix of warm and fuzzy feelings, but also pain, and it's just so much that I don't know how else to express it but like this. And in the beginning of the series, I could not see how I could even really have happy tears at the end of it, because it was just so dismal. It was so, you know, you just feel that hopelessness, and you're losing people, people are, you know, dying around you, and then, you know, people are starting to lose themselves. It was so hard to watch, but this one here, wow, like it was still very frustrating. There were parts that like you were angry, there were parts where you were happy, there were parts where you felt sad, you felt, you know, like I don't know, I'm an emotional wreck right now. The series was great. I feel like it's a must watch to understand, to put into perspective events that happened honestly not that long ago. It's not even like, you know, centuries ago. It's like you really felt like you got to know them. You're so invested in like each character and what's gonna happen, what happened. We finished we finished the series. Now I'm going to go and watch the documentary. I'll watch it next, and then we'll see about the Pacific. I'm hearing mixed things, like, you know, you should watch it, or, you know, it's not as good as the Band of Brothers, it's a little darker. Like, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But now I can't wait to go and read all the comments and kind of go back on everything. First word that comes to mind when I think of this series, brotherhood. Like in that very last moment when that German, was he an officer or something, when he was addressing his men and he gave a speech, which was something that they can relate to as well. You know, they had a shared experience of fighting a war, which, you know, no matter what side you are, I'm sure they experienced that close brotherhood that you can't experience anywhere else. But we got to kind of get a little bit of a taste of what that was like, you know, a fraction of it just through this series, to kind of see what they went through, whether it was like 100% accurate or not. Like you get the sense, you can still kind of understand, and you just fall in love with all of them, really. On a scale of 1 to 5 tissues, again, this is my last box of tissue. I have to go and get more. I was not expecting to be crying this much, but this will be definitely like 5. Like, we had that emotional ending, and also in the middle, like there are a lot of highs and lows, and also just that feeling of this whole thing wrapping up, the war wrapping up, the series wrapping up, everyone's starting to move on with their lives, or maybe stay in the army and continue, but still move on with their lives, you know, after the war. It's just, it was a lot. Would I recommend? I would recommend this series to everyone. Like, honestly, there's really no reason that you shouldn't watch this series. Not necessarily even like in a history lesson sense, but just like for understanding where you are, why things are the way they are now, and some of the people that we have to thank for how life is right now. It's just an amazing series, amazing storytelling that was done at the end of it. Like, you know, for someone that is more emotionally driven like myself, this was so compelling. They did such a good job by giving you a little bit of each and every one of them. It wasn't just like one person that was like the main character. You got to have a little bit of everyone's perspective, the good, the bad, the ugly, you know, all of it. So now I'm kind of, oddly enough, sad that this is over, but you know, I can finally watch the documentary and then hear from the actual people again from start to finish. So I can't wait for that. And the full-length reaction will be available on Patreon, so make sure you check it out. Make sure you also stop by on Discord. I don't even know what to say. I'm just so speechless right now. Like, what was I saying? Oh, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you want to keep, you know, following the reactions that I do. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this series. I definitely did. And thank you so much for, you know, going through this whole journey with me. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Stay safe. And bye, guys.